kept at bay by barricades and more than 50 policemen in riot control gear. Now, however, this did not deter them as they continued to sit, sing, and dance in the middle of the busy road, among others, demand an end to corruption, mismanagement of the economy, and unemployment. We'll go live to my correspondent, Max Aragba, shortly. About a short while ago, he sent in this piece.
It is bad. Yesterday was just Black Thursday. Oh, the police have goofed. The police are wrong on the law.
Let's bring in Maxwell now, who's joining us right now from the 37 Military Hospital, just thereabout because the protesters have been camping there. Hello, Maxwell. I can hear loud music there. It's raining still, I can see. What's the update? Hello, Maxwell. Okay. Obviously, there's a lot of activity where Maxwell is. In the studio with me right now is James Aveji, who has been covering another angle of this for us today. James, today, the protesters, the leadership, they went to meet the police.
Exactly.
What happened?
So that meeting was led from the side of the protesters by Bernard Mona. He led the delegation of the conveners, and the IGP himself led the police hierarchy into the meeting. Now, the compromise is that first the police, especially the IGP, says that as far as he's concerned, he does not have any evidence of the assault allegations that the protesters have been leveling against the police. They, in fact, one of the protesters who was part of that meeting indicated that he has been punched. He also mentioned that some other members of the protesters who were arrested were slapped. Others were also hit with some metals. But the IGP says that did not come to his attention. And so if that comes to his attention, he will initiate investigations into that. Now, the compromise is that he has asked the leaders to go back and negotiate with the members of a Democracy Hub to actually retreat from the exercise they are doing. They should go off the street while they come back to renegotiate a proper venue for the picketing, because he still maintained that the Jubilee House is a security zone and must be kept as such. He says from their assessment, a continuous picketing of the place could compromise its security, and so it is expected that the conveners will come back to meet the other conveners. In fact, Oliver Bakavoma was not part of that meeting. He's a strong leader of the protest, and so they are to come back and meet him and the other protesters to negotiate when they will leave the street and then when they will come back to meet with the police. And so the promise at the meeting by Bernard Mona is that they would try and get an answer from the group by close of today and communicate same to the police.
Okay, we'll get that update when Ben Amona joins us. So I want to return to Maxwell Aragba, who is on the ground with the protesters right now. Hello, Maxwell, can you hear me? Hello, Maxwell? Okay. Hello, Maxwell, can you hear me?
Hello, Alan.
Yes, Maxwell. What's the latest? It sounds like a carnival atmosphere, but this is, make no mistake, a protest. Yesterday we saw how difficult it was for some of them. What's the update on the ground?
Well, Evan, there's so much noise in the background, I can hardly hear what you're saying. Hello, Evan.
Maxwell, if we can move away from the noise, let's have a conversation about what's happening on the ground where you are. You've pitched camp with them for hours now.
Yeah.
Do we still have that heavy police presence and the barricades stopping them from progressing?
Exactly, Evan. So the situation has not changed. In fact, the rain that started about 3 hours ago rather energized, the protesters here, and they're still maintaining their presence here. What is difficult now is for the personnel of the Metro Transport and Traffic Department, NTCD, who are trying to deal with the bumper-to-bumper traffic situation that has been created by this protest right here in the middle of the road in front of the 37 Military Hospital. Now, the traffic stretch is very long kilometers. In fact, I had to pick up something and I couldn't come back in a vehicle. I had to come back on a motorbike. Even that, it was difficult, getting through here. Many of the protesters are still here. all of them, many of them I'm seeing here are wearing their raincoats. Police officers here in their route control gear have also not moved an inch. And that's the same thing for the protesters also. Even when it started raining, they stood in the rain, and the rain rather energized them. One of them is entertainment personality, Ifeogo. She's drenched to the skin, and she's been in the rain since morning. Another lady I spoke to said she's protesting because she lost her father and mother in the year 2020 at a Colony Teaching Hospital because there was no oxygen. And
that story about the no oxygen is one that is resonating with a few people. This is a story.
And our leaders access quality healthcare outside. They go for checkups and then they come back. While the common people, we are here. Our women go to the hospitals. They give birth on the floor. There are no beds. When you take your aged parents to the hospital, they are not covered on the NHIS. You get the point. So it is a problem, and that is why I am here. Yeah.
And Maxwell, a story like this is just one, but you're also gathering that almost everybody there had their own unique reason for being there.
Exactly, Evans. So all of the people have been interacting. They have been giving me various reasons why they came here. One gentleman I spoke to, he says he's a national service person, and he tells me that he completed his national service about 2 years ago. And he's still maintaining his status as a national service person where he is because he just cannot find, a job. And that's the same way, that's the same situation also for entertainment personality. Why are you here?
You know why I'm here. You guys have asked me questions since. I'm here for the people. I'm here for a change. I'm here to make a change. Have you seen the motorway? What's going on? What the rain has caused. Floods. People are dying because it's raining, which makes no sense. Like, we want to change in this country. We've not been seeing it, whether it's NDC or MPP. Like, Gabrielle, people's mothers, their fathers, their aunties, their kids are dying in hospitals because there's lack of beds. There's no infrastructure. Our school system is failing us. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot that we've been complaining about for years, not just today. And we want to change, and there's no change, So it's like we're here in the rain, protesting, and we're going to be here tomorrow. We're going to be here every day until we see a change, until the leaders actually want to hear it. The leaders don't really care. That's what they showcase all the time, It's not like they don't know what's going on. They see everything, but they just don't care.
You've been calling out some persons in the entertainment industry who wield a lot of influence. You think that about what is happening, and you want them to open up and speak up about what is happening.
Yes, because they talk about it in their bedrooms. They talk about it amongst themselves. They talk about it all the time in their homes. But when it's actually time to use the platform and vocalize the things you talk about behind closed doors, you don't. I don't understand why. Do we not all live in Ghana? Are we not all facing the same crisis every day? Do we not all complain about the same bullshit that's happening? But when it's time to actually use the platform for something that matters, you don't. But you want the same people, the same fans that are suffering to come and support you when you need the support. It's not right.
Do you think things are going to change after this?
Not after this, no. But we have to just continue calling for the change. We have to continue demonstrating. We have to fight for the things that we feel is right, and we're going to continue fighting. It's not a one-day thing. It's not a one-day wonder. It's not a one-day fight. It's a continuous fight that we need to continuously do. So, we have people like Oliver here, who is Brazilian.
Call me on your...
And I love his fire. I love his energy. So I hope we have more people who will come and support us. Stop being so timid and stop being so scared. Like, they're not going to do nothing to us. We have a power, which is our voice, and that's the most we can use, which is our voice. God has given it to us. So, Charlie.
Okay. Evan, the initial reaction you got from Ifya is what we've been getting from some of the protesters here. Sometimes to the extent that they directly anger to the government officials. We get some part of it because they feel like the media is not doing enough to project all the issues that are happening. They think that you're maintaining a neutral stance when we're supposed to take a position on this. But I have the convener. It's here's the one shouting in the background. I have the convener for Fix the Country here, Oliver Barker Former. Let me find out from him. He started this morning. All the media people are tired. What time is this going to end?
Well, as you can see, you're getting new and more people coming in today. I think a lot of people are closing work, are coming to replenish our run. It's always been asking for Ghanaians to show their citizenship, and they're doing it beautifully. Tomorrow, we are calling on those who are not able to join throughout the night today to show up from 10 a.m. tomorrow. From 10 a.m., we all must be here. If you're worried about Ghana time, then tell yourself it's 9 a.m. So you get here at 10 a.m. You go again. But giving people a chance to rest, so we continue to go. We notify the police of 3 days, so we're going to observe all 3 days.
Now, earlier, I asked you what you make of the conduct of the police today. We've not seen any confrontation, whatsoever from the police. None of them is armed. They're just in position, just making sure that there is order. Are you impressed? Yeah, you've been very critical of them. Are you impressed?
I think that the expectation that you have that they will resort to violence is in fact indicative of the state of what we think of them. That we need to applaud them for not killing citizens. We need to applaud them for not attacking citizens. I'm not going to bring down the bar for the kind of police force we need. It's a one-day wonder. We have to keep this up. This is what we've been asking for. But it's important that I stress again that even your presence here is nothing but violence. Because we asked that we were going to be at Dawn of Jubilee House. We are not there. They've blocked us off and so are denying us our constitutional rights. That in itself is unconstitutional. So even in their refusal or not attacking people as we expect them to, they are still denying us of our rights as citizens.
Now, in the last 1 hour, the Ghana Police Service released a statement. In that statement, they denied that they brutalized, any of the protesters yesterday. I'm sure you've seen that letter as well. You've seen that statement.
A number of media houses have shown it to us. We think it's disgraceful. We think that this idea and this continual route by Dampare and the IGP to continue to lie and put up their face life out to the public cannot continue and sustain itself. At no point did anybody accuse them and tell them that nobody was assaulted. Are you denying our lived reality? The fact that we can go off on a meeting that we decided to honor out of good faith and continue to spew lies is indicative of an institution that is refusing to learn, that is refusing to take accountability and responsibility for its actions. So we are disappointed in him, we are disgusted by his actions. That this is the person that has shown very little respect for us and has shown very little to us that he wants to respect the truth.
Thanks for speaking to us. So, Evans, you have the convener for Fix the Country, Oliver Basa-Boma, who has also been here since morning together with the protesters. But even as I speak to you, the traffic, the bumper-to-bumper traffic, it's there. It's still going. The traffic is going thicker by the minute, by the hour. And this is creating a lot of discomfort for people who are heading home, especially from the central business district and then other parts of the country, other parts of the capital. Some of them who have been peering their heads through windows to see what is happening, I've been interacting with them. Some of them will tell me that although they did not get a chance to be here because of work or because of other engagements, they think that it is important that the protesters have been allowed to vent and to complain about the many issues that they think need to be fixed here in this country. What I've also seen, Evans, is that some top police personnel are keeping a presence here. In fact, I've seen 2 of such vehicles, parked here on the side of the road, on the shoulders of the road, and I'm sure they are giving commands to the men on the ground, ensuring that there's order. So far, we've not witnessed any confrontation here. But the police officers are here in their route control gear with their skills, all of them with body cameras fixed. And my source within the Ghana Police Service tells me that this is supposed to prevent any kind of brutality, like what is being alleged and like what we witnessed yesterday on the first day of the protest. You want to talk? Hi, what's your name?
Yeah, I'm Kwaku.
Kwaku, you've been here since morning?
Yeah, and I just closed from work and I came here.
Okay, yeah. It's still business. Why are you here?
I'm here as a Ghanaian because number one, the president of this country, Nana Akufo-Addo, did Kumikwaku demonstration before. He led this country before in 10 series of demonstrations, and we as citizens of this country are mandated by the Constitution.
And indeed, as you can see there, as Maxwell has been reporting, many more people are now beginning to join because work is closing, a bit of rush hour, but they're brazing the rains and the traffic to get there. There's a more on this, by the way, because as Maxwell has been intimating that the police is very clear today, referring to evidence on whether or not people were assaulted yesterday.
Exactly.
What was the police's point on this in the statement they issued?
So it says, quote, it was established at the meeting that there is no evidence or reported case of assault against the demonstrators according to police records. Therefore, anyone with evidence to the contrary should provide it for investigation. It also says that we would like to assure the public that the police service is dedicated to fostering a democratic environment where citizens' rights are upheld while maintaining the security and stability of the nation. So that's what the statement has been saying about.
Let me put that to the University Teachers Association of Ghana. Professor Ransford Jampo is the president of UG-UTAC. They've issued a statement today condemning the police actions, and they brand it as a blatant abuse of power and extremely dangerous to our burgeoning democracy. Prof, thanks for your time here on Top Story.
Hi, Evans. Thanks for having me.
You just had the police there say there's no evidence, that if you have any evidence that there was brutality, provide it.
Well, what we know is that there were mass arrests and mistreatment, and some people were detained, even including journalists. Some had their phones seized, and then some were, I think, we're told that a BBC reporter was just released this morning, and we have the view that these things are becoming one too many. The right to demonstrate is inalienable, and so it is worrying that it appears that for some time the police becomes jittery anytime a group of people would want to demonstrate. Yes, they may have concerns to raise as to where the people wanted to go. The Flagstaff House or the Jubilee House being a security zone, and people wanting to occupy there. If the police has concern, I think there are peaceful dialogue mechanisms or means through which you can redirect or reroute the place that they want to demonstrate. But when people are not violating any rule and they are not being lawless, and then there is that kind of mass torture, mass arrests and mistreatment and all that. I mean, it doesn't inure to our quest to mature our democracy. And so we want to condemn such actions in no uncertain terms. It happened yesterday, and I'm sure because we were all raising concern, it has led to a kind of civil treatment being meted to the demonstrators today. We don't want the police, I believe, have what it takes to police and to shield and to provide security for demonstrators, particularly those who do not intend to be lawless. And so the idea of quickly wanting to quell every move by demonstrators by resorting to the courts, and if that is unsuccessful, then that clearly makes them angry, and so then they want to, at the least, at the slightest provocation, they want to unleash some forces, on demonstrators. Is absolutely unacceptable, and that is what we are saying.
And Prof, the police's argument is that they were simply enforcing the same rule of law that you just mentioned, and that this is a public order question.
Well, it's a public order question, but the same rule of law also mandates or empowers people who want to express dissent to use demonstration, as a way of expressing dissent. And the Constitution does not mandate the police to restrain them or those who want to embark on such course of action. They are just merely to be informed, and once they are informed, they are supposed to provide security, for them. But it appears that that is how we have become. From 1992 up to now, anytime people want to go on demonstration, then the first line of action is that the law enforcement agencies would want to talk them out of it. If that is not possible, then they want to use the judiciary to frustrate, the people who want to demonstrate. We think this is absolutely unacceptable. And like I said, if the police really want to do a professional job, they can provide all the guidance and all the policing to demonstrators to ensure that they exercise the right to demonstrate without necessarily also violating the rights of other people who are not part of the demonstration. They can do that, and I'm sure that from today, when the demonstrators started, they are doing so and doing so well. And so, what happened yesterday, to our mind, was absolutely unnecessary. We cannot allow this thing to fester, and I think we have tolerated some of these things for far too long, and we are speaking. Other well-meaning Ghanaians are speaking, and we are calling on all other voices of conscience, to also speak up against some of these things, so that anytime a people feel they want to express dissent, they should be able to do so, particularly if they want to do it within the confines of our law and they do not mean to violate or to violate other people's rights. I think they should just be encouraged. That's democracy.
Prof, thank you very much. And that's Professor Jampo there, UTAG issuing a statement on this. Also today, the Ghana Journalists Association also issued a statement on this particular matter. I'll bring you what they've been saying. But in the last few minutes, there's a statement from the National Security on another aspect of this that is also developing. And I want to bring that to you. And this is a statement that is from the Ministry of National Security. It says the ministry has taken notice of allegations made in a viral post by Oliver Barker-Vormawor, a convener of the Fix the Country movement, regarding a purported offer of $1 million made to him by the Minister for National Security to compel him to cease his activism. While it is acknowledged that the Ministers for National Security, Finance and other relevant stakeholders in 2021 engaged the convention, the conveners of the Fix the Country movement to listen to their concerns, it must be stated emphatically that no offer of money or appointment was made to persuade the group to end its activism. The allegations made by Mr. Barker-Vormawor are thus false, unfounded, and a calculated attempt to hoodwink Ghanaians. This ministry therefore challenges him to produce the alleged recording of the said inducement. Meanwhile, the general public is urged to ignore the allegations and treat them with the utmost contempt they deserve. This is from the Ministry of National Security. Now, as you want to go onto our many social media platforms, because we're covering this extensively there right now for you. The General Secretary of the Ghana Journalists Association, Kofi Iyebwa, is joining us right now. They've also issued a statement today. Mr. Iyebwa, thanks for your time here on Top Story.
Thank you very much for having me.
And very quickly, what do you know as far as the number of journalists who are either arrested or assaulted is concerned from yesterday's protest?
We don't have specific number, but we have spoken to about 6 of them so far.
6 of them, and what did they say happened to them specifically? What were the accounts?
So they were arrested, a number of them at the 37 lorry station and taken to the Accra Central headquarters. And they told us that although they were released not too long after arrival, they were stopped from working, and even though they had identified themselves, shown their ID cards to the police officers who arrested them, they would still not allow them to do their job.
And there are reports that some of them were detained overnight and released this morning. Have you verified that?
No, we haven't verified that. Those we spoke to yesterday and today were all let go immediately after they arrived. It was the Metro TV reporter who we understand was held for a little longer because she was taking a video, and the police had seized her equipment. But for the others, they were released about 5-8 minutes after arrival.
And all equipment also have been returned to the journalists and the media houses.
Yes, yes.
What does the GJ? What do you want to do about this now?
Our concern is the manner in which the police went about this whole thing. It was a demonstration, and our job is to go there and cover the event happening. And you would expect that once the journalists identify themselves, the police will allow them to work. And when they were taken to the Accra Central police headquarters, some of them told us that there was a senior officer who came around to say the journalists were not a target. So you are wondering what information or instructions or directives were given to the men on the ground for them to be arresting media guys. And if you arrest a person, must you put him in the bucket of a pickup as though he was a criminal? And the manner they went about the whole thing, some of them wanted to drive in their own cars to Accra Central Police headquarters. So these were guys who were not in any way trying to resist arrest. So all the police could do was to get an officer to sit in their car to escort them there. Rather, they chose to put the journalists in the bucket of a pickup. And after releasing them, they did not bring them back to where they picked them from, but just let them off there. So assuming you didn't have money on you to pick a ride back to 37 to come and pick your own ride, how were you going to go about that? So we think that police were very inhumane in the manner they went about the work and highly unprofessional.
Thank you very much. That's the GJ General Secretary, Mr. Ibwa, talking to us about what happened yesterday as it relates to the journalists and talking about those who were arrested. It took the intervention, we are learning, of the IGP himself to get them released?
Exactly. So according to Bernard Mona, after all the back and forth and trying to get lawyers to bail them, he had a call from the IGP himself saying that, in fact, he's asked the police on the matter to prepare document for all 49 and release all of them on the spot. In fact, last night, nobody should be kept behind bar till the next day. And so Bernard Mona had to go to the various police stations they were kept and sign all of those documents, all 49 of them, and get them released. And so he confirms that it took the intervention of the IGP himself to get them released. And the IGP at that meeting also promised that he would check with the Accra High Command so that whatever item have been seized from the protesters, being in mobile phone or whatever other gadget, will be released to them as soon as possible, Evans.
Okay, thank you very much, James Aveji. And this is a story we are keeping a close eye on, even as the protest continues today. Ghana Connect is coming up next. A quick quiz of me in the studio. Yeah. We are talking about this. This is a conversation that's taken Twitter, of course, now X, by storm. In fact, social media is talking about this and people want to engage. The fundamental question we are asking tonight
is the right to protest under threat in Ghana, and we are getting some fascinating responses. The poll is still live on X. You can join in, and for those of you listening, you can also join into the conversation on X Spaces for an incredible show. We have some really interesting minds who are joining, some people from outside the country in the advanced democracies where the right to protest is quite more entrenched, Evan. So all these guys joining us, you can join on X Spaces, you can send in your messages. We are really big on your audience, on the audience and what they believe, what they think about what has been happening.
And I'm very interested also to hear from those who are on X Space right now with us on Ghana Connect who want to contribute. You send us a note in our inbox.
In our inbox. FM, Joy News. We'll reach out, take phone number, and then we'll give you a call right on the show. So Ghana Connect right after this break.
Brother Bernard. Yes. This morning I'm very very hungry. Please, let's go and buy gobe. This time, I want her to add small salad, really small talia, and soft cocoa, specially made for me. Pay, you know how I like to customize my food.
Hey, because of what? You think say you dey buy Vodafone made for me bundle offers? Star 530 hash is the code to get the best value offers made just for you for as low as 1 Ghana cedi.
Hey, Brother Bernard, so you've been hiding Vodafone made for me bundles from me?
Oh, just dial star 530 hash. Feel special with the Vodafone made for me bundle offers. Get unbeatable best value offers from voice, data, or voice plus data bundles made just for you. Dial star 530 hash to subscribe to